Over to the NFL, where minicamps are underway. No better time for the Fowler Files than the Minicamp Confidential edition. And how tall am I compared to Jermey Fowler here on SportsCenter? That is also confidential, America.
Yeah, your personality is like 6'10", man.
That's all that matters. All right. So Aaron Rodgers finally decided to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers and once considered to sign with the Minnesota Vikings. They've gone with J.J. McCarthy, a guy who hurt his knee during his rookie season. So how much confidence do they have in him coming off of that injury?
Well, Scooby, I thought it was supposed to be confidential. We're not supposed to share this with the public.
We're going to do this for America.
So, as was told to me, the Vikings feel like J.J. McCarthy in day 9 of these offseason workouts was a lot stronger than day 1. Coming off that knee issue, they knew he could start a little slowly, but they like the way he's throwing the ball. They feel very comfortable with where he's at going into training camp. They didn't sign Rodgers and went with McCarthy because they believe in their 3-year plan. A young quarterback they like on a rookie scale, so they'll be aggressive on the roster without him. They believe they can win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. Now you got the Colts. Daniel Jones making his move a little bit. Minicamp taking those first-team reps with Anthony Richardson resting his shoulder. Richardson plans to be back for training camp for that battle, but I was told Jones was a fast processor at the line of scrimmage, good chemistry with his receivers. He was, quote, very sharp, as was told to me, in minicamp as the guy. So it's going to be fascinating once they hit camp in that battle. And you got the New York Jets. So they're all in, buying the expectations of new head coach Aaron Glenn. They got 2 stars that they could potentially pay. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, cornerback Sauce Gardner. I'm told they've had some preliminary talks, exchange of numbers, had all that fun stuff as far as new deals. So they got 5 to 6 weeks to see if they can come to an agreement before training camp on those stars contracts. Speaking of contracts, Terry McLaurin. So this one's a little different because he skipped minicamp. He's been unhappy with his contract situation. I talked to somebody with the team who said, look, we want McLaurin to be a Commander for life. It's just been probably a little slower than everyone expected. These are hard deals to do. That receiver market is well above $30 million per year. He's a star receiver. So they got 5 or 6 weeks before camp to try to shake that out, and then we'll see what happens. Then you got the Browns. So this was fascinating because I was told Kevin Stefanski's plan for his 4 quarterbacks and OTAs and minicamp was to try to get a lot of different guys, different touches in different situations, and they all really answered the bell, including Sanders, who showed the ability to put the ball in some tight windows. He threw with aggressiveness, took some chances, so they like where he sits. Now Stefanski has to formulate a plan in training camp that's probably a little more crystallized, maybe has a little bit of a depth chart to it. They are not there yet, but Sanders has made an impression, there's no doubt.
Really fun time of the year when it comes down to the NFL. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Jermey Fowler. I'm just as tall as him. Appreciate it, brother.
Time for a little minicamp confidential as the final 4 teams report to mandatory minicamp this week. Note, it's no longer confidential because senior NFL writer Jermey Fowler is here to
why are we sharing this?
Yeah, right. Now we get to share it to everyone. And we're going to start in Baltimore here. Lamar Jackson did not attend voluntary OTAs, or not much of it, I should say. He's recently entered contract negotiations with the Ravens. What are you hearing about his attendance amid all the discussion?
Yeah, they got the minicamp next week. My sense is he's expected to be there, that all will be well. There's no major concern here. He has missed some OTA sessions in the past. They are voluntary. In this case, it does cost him a little bit of cash based on his contract extension that he signed a few years ago and the way it's set up, but I'm sure he'll be fine, not a major concern. Yes, the Ravens would love to re-sign Jackson eventually. Exploratory talks, early stages. The model, my sense would be, is like what Buffalo did with Josh Allen back in March, where you try to get ahead of this huge quarterback market that's ballooning to the $60+ million per year, try to do a deal 2 or 3 years before they're up. The Bills pulled it off of Allen. Maybe the Ravens can do the same with Jackson.
But I feel like we're always talking, like we were just talking about his contract and now they're redoing it again. It all happened so fast.
Because otherwise they don't want to have to pay an astronomical amount 2 or 3 years later.
But then you're paying money 2 or 3 years early. I can't keep up. Matthew Stafford and the Rams back on the practice field on Monday. But the big question is, how is Davante Adams meshing with guys like Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, Shay, they were thrilled with Davante Adams. I talked to somebody there with the team who said that he looks like an X-receiver, a true X-receiver should look like, that classic big outside guy. Sean McVay has already been experimenting with Adams, moving him all over the field. That's what they like to do with their receivers. So they're not only excited about Adams and what he's doing, as you see there with Puka Nacua, they're exchanging notes, but Tutu Atwell, they've never had him in that true wide receiver 3 role. They paid him a 1-year, $10 million contract this offseason because they believe in him. So those 3 guys are going to get a lot of work together. And you got the Kansas City Chiefs. This is good news. Rashee Rice, I'm told, has been progressing really well on that knee issue that it wouldn't even be shocking if he was fully cleared by training camp. That doesn't necessarily mean the Chiefs will clear him because they're going to take it slowly with him. They want to make sure he gets his strength back. still would be maybe even a mild surprise if he played in a lot of the preseason action, but he's trending in the right direction. They feel good about it. Could be cleared really as he progresses later into the summer. Then you have the New York Giants, Jackson Dart, big week for him. I was told that recently in OTAs it started to finally click for him. He had a couple days where his cadence was good, his rhythm, mental part of the offense was all moving in the right direction. So they feel good about him being a fast learner. They know it's going to be a process, going to make some rookie mistakes, but they believe he's not only a high achiever, but a guy who picks up things quickly. They expect that to be the case next week.
That is some good news for Giants fans who seem to be probably in the best position of any team really with a rookie quarterback, considering they have Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston also in that room. Thank you, Jeremy, for delivering the no longer confidential information. We appreciate it.